All right, session 64, Codelands, Hope and Despair. In our last session, actually quite a few things were happening there, but started off with Usul kind of sharing his history, his pendant that he had of this Eagle tree that he'd been sent out to on this quest from his home village to basically find this seed pod and return back to his home village. This kind of was triggered by the vision or dream that Corn had of this tree. It was in the abomination layer. Um, so that's what kind of triggered Usul to start sharing some of this. I guess basically when he got confronted maybe by Jodell and the rest of them to kind of what this had to do with everybody else. And did he recognize the tree, or at least the story maybe behind the tree, from his ancient, I guess, background or religious beliefs as being the tree of life? At that, Jodell also shared with Usul that he spoke to his elders on Usul's behalf to kind of ask about this tree as well, and he basically said that none of the elders had seen one of these, but they had heard of it, and it was their belief that the Iguazu tree is actually many trees that are hidden throughout the realms that are somehow tied to each other. And from there, Dee kind of started questioning what exactly this had to do with everything, and really started kind of rambling on a little bit here. He shared that his understanding of the tree was based upon the assumption that each branch touched a different plane, and he was concerned about this seed pod, what exactly that potentially could do to the planes, to the tree itself, to life itself. And I think that last comment was kind of starting to kind of shut down Usul at that point. He was getting kind of frustrated and kind of said something along the lines of his quest is his own and didn't feel like he was really that much sharing about it. Corn also kind of chimed in saying what this got to do with his vision, getting kind of confused about it. Questions were asked about, was the site of the abomination somehow a portal or part of the tree of life? Nobody knows. Is the tree of life sick? I think it's another thing that Diddy brought up. And what was the deal with those elemental beings still in the Corn's dreams? Still hadn't really figured out what those things were. Although Silith, yes, Silith will again brought up that he was pretty sure there were some kind of elemental forms of green forest, some kind of elementals that were tending to the trees. Let's see. Usul shared he knew nothing about the connection between the tree and these portals and the abomination, like Diddy was kind of insinuating. Diddy, not Diddy, Usul shared that the tree, at least one of them, was located back in his home village, to which he didn't share, was not going to share the location of his village, kind of keeping it protected. And Diddy was kind of surprised by that fact, and he started wondering out loud if the Tree of Life was reaching the end of his existence, which could lead to all sorts of other potential catastrophic events. I believe it was Twig that recalled some of the history behind this tree, and I believe he relayed a story about some drow that may have been seeking out this tree for personal gain. That was you, right, Twig, that recalled that? Okay. We'll roll with that. We'll say that's what happened. Um, from that conversation, I think Toman won't notice Jodell and Kodwar kind of exchange a look back and forth at the thought at the bring up of the story, to which Usul kind of got harsh and basically demanded they tell him what they knew. Again, got a trend going here of Usul kind of being pissed off or disgruntled or whatever you want to call it about this whole story. But basically, Diddy stressed the importance of sharing what they all knew, especially since they knew the slot had been scrying on them. From there, I think Twig made the suggestion that they move this conversation to another place that they may be able to uh, hide from prying ears, so to speak. To which Professor P kind of suggested going over across the street to the Tinkering Tankard, an inn, to which everybody kind of wholeheartedly agreed. So they said their goodbyes to Jodell and Cudwar, and made their way back over to the Tinkering Tankard Inn. From in there, they kind of struggled a little bit finding a place to sit between all 8 of them plus Buttercup. They eventually found a seat there and began discussing in more detail about what exactly their next steps were, so to speak, and what all this meant to everybody. Um, Twig went into a little more detail about what he knew about the tree, shared the story about, about like roughly several hundred years ago that drow that was seeking out the tree. I think between him and Didi, they kind of figured out that it was Lyriel Bayenri, which is kind of a Bayenri is one of the main houses within Menzoberranzan, the Drow city, and she had been supposedly, or rumor says that she was exiled from her community, and she was seeking out this tree to basically retain her Drow magic and powers while she's in the sunlight. Now, how all that ends up relating to you guys, that's what you guys start having more discussions or theories or conspiracies, whatever you want to call it. And the discussion came up about whether or not something she did to the tree somehow led to the Slotty being able to uh, teleport back into the main plane. Again, this is all just theories throwing out there. DM cannot confirm or deny any of these things, but that was part of some pretty deep discussion there in that regards. Uh, Several times, Silith kind of questioned what this had to do with the slotting the centaurs. They wonder if the potential corruption of the tree, I mentioned about that, somehow tied to the chaos plane. Didi came up with another theory. He said maybe they need the new seed pod so they could kill the current tree of life in order to destroy the gates within her and grow a new one from the seed pod. Didi ran along some more theories, but I think at that point some of you guys started kind of losing interest and started kind of listening to some other rumors around the room and having other side conversations. So you guys heard some other stuff about the next round of UFC matches are going to be tonight. You guys heard more stuff about the rumors about some of the minors that went unaccounted for. And you also heard about the NASCAR races starting tomorrow night. Conversation then turned to what everyone brought to the table. I got a little more information from the three new gnomes about what powers they had, and it turned to like what magical items they had, and doing all kinds of demonstrations. At one point, Professor P kind of shared his absorbing stone and what it could do as far as somehow absorbing magical powers, to which Silith, in a almost drunken state, he'd been drinking quite a bit, but at that point, started kind of throwing fireballs around just to watch Professor P catch him with his absorbing stone. He did take some damage, but the absorbing stone itself did kind of start glowing or radiating with some of the power of Silith's little fireballs he was throwing around. That also led Silith to start showing off some of his weapons and his belt of speed. So he activated that, running around the tavern, and started basically smashing tables and chairs with all those different various weapons. To which, long story short, the bouncers got involved, the owners, and the rest of the party kind of escorted or helped Silith outside to kind of keep from tearing the place down. Let's see, what else? From there, I think Sylvia was the one that kind of went around and kind of helped mend or cast some spells to kind of help fix some of the broken stuff that Silith did. And Sylvia also asked the barmaid who had been with you guys, Sharba, where I can go for some gambling. So from there, everyone headed outside. They all saw Silith puking in the town well and kind of loaded him up, and they headed down the street. Now from there, I believe it was Twig, Professor P, and one other person all headed back to the inn. Well, we said Corn since he wasn't here. So we're saying the three of them kind of headed back to the inn. At that point, it's probably around 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so wasn't necessarily time to go to sleep unless you guys wanted to, but that's where you guys are heading back to. Sylvia headed to the Cavers Guild, and Toman ended up following her in there as well. Toman, I forget, did you go somewhere before the Cavers Guild? No, I think Toman went into. Toman's not here. That's why he's not answering me. I think Toman went to the blacksmith place, trying to figure out if he could get any kind of magical weapons, which he didn't find any. But he later met Sylvia up at the Cavers Guild. Both of them kind of watched some games, participated in some games, and won more than they lost. I can't remember if there was anything else came out of that one, Sylvia. So fill in the blanks if I miss anything else. Something will. Okay, I like where that's heading. Uh, okay, yeah, that's why I still had you guys there. Didi and Usul went to the Gem Cutters store. I think Didi was hoping to find some diamonds in case he needed to discreetly resurrect some of you guys. Let's see, what else am I missing? Sylvia. Oh, Silith. How could I forget Silith? Silith went to the Get Along pub, the little pub on wheels that kind of slowly makes its way around the town, and proceeded to pretty much get shit-faced drunk. I think when we left off last night, Silith was downstairs on the seesaws getting free drinks as long as he maintained the motion of the seesaw, which basically powered the Get Along pub. Yeah. At one point, I think you asked Ford to write on your forehead or something like that to drop you off at the Goodly Goose or the inn you guys were staying at, the Blossom Pillow. That's what it was. Does that sound right? Okay. All right. So anything else that I missed there, guys? If not, okay. Um, for Okay, except for Diddy and Usul, everybody else that's currently around 6 o'clock at night, we will kind of rewind a little bit and see if Twig and Corn want to do anything either on their way to the inn or afterwards. So we'll go to those guys first, and then we'll pick up the story with the rest of you guys. That make sense? Okay. All right. So since Diddy's not here, I'm gonna wait and do him after Twig and Corn. You guys decide what else you want to do potentially for the night, and then if Diddy shows up, he can do it. If not, I'll kind of ad lib that one. Is that okay? All right. So let me switch the map over to the city of where you guys are currently. All right. So go ahead. Okay, I think I know what you mean by tricks, but I won't say anything. But that's all fine. Nothing dirty. Okay. Well, some people can misinterpret what tricks mean, so I want to make sure we're clear. This is a family show. Oh yeah, Professor P. I think you also headed down to the inn as well, correct? Okay. Was there anything you want to do in that 2 hour window before we pick up with everybody else? Okay. Take an afternoon nap. I'm cool with that. All right, Corn. Since you weren't here, I'd assume that you're going to walk down the inn with the rest of you guys. But if you want to kind of retcon that and say you did something else, that's your call. Okay. Okay, that's fine. So go ahead. The infirmary is over in this location over here. So if you want to go ahead and move your token over there, you should be way over on the right side, I think. Okay, so let me pull up my information here. All right, so you pull up this building. No dolls on the front of this building, so you don't have to worry about the annoying little greetings or whatever. These little sick things. But you walk up and you see there's one old elf actually sitting on the front porch smoking on a pipe. And kind of greets you as you come walking up there. And he introduces himself as Singo. Singo Tickle Mound. I'm sorry, he's not an elf. He's a gnome. My fault. A little old elf, a little old gnome sitting on the front porch named Singo Tickle Mound and kind of greets you. Says, "Welcome there, my fine elf friend there. What can I do for you tonight? Are you feeling ill?" As you explain this story to him, you see him kind of hold the pipe outside his mouth, and his jaw is open, and his eyes just kind of like this strange look on it, like he's like, holy shit, what's this guy telling me about? But he kind of gets his composure back, puts the pipe back in his mouth, takes one big drag, says, undead and celestial, you say? That's quite a strange combination. Now, I gotta be honest with you, we deal mostly with cuts and bruises and stuff like that. The rare disease. Well, I'd have to do a little investigation or a little studying, or I'd have to spend some time on you to maybe try to see if I can figure out what this ailment is that you've got here. How long have you had it? And what were the circumstances of you potentially becoming infected, or whatever you want to call it here? Immortal Ice. Kind of, kind of scratches his head. Can't say I've heard of the Immortal Ice. Is that you came in contact with the ice? Oh, that doesn't sound good at all. But so you say that you were killed. How exactly were you killed? The ice did? That's quite a story you got there. I can't say I've ever ran anybody else that's had that kind of a run in with something so devious. Let, let's do this. Come inside. Come inside. Let me see if I can. Would you mind if I take like a blood sample, or just take a closer look at the? You said you're blue, but I don't. And he kind of looks at your face and everything. I don't really see a blue coloration to yourself. But anyway, let's come inside. Come inside. And he kind of stands up and escorts you to the front door if you want to go inside. It's up to you. All right. So he escorts you inside, takes you off to down the hallway and into like a somewhat of a waiting room right now. You can see we walk past that. Glance inside there and give me a perception check, Corn, with advantage. Ooh. All right. So as you're walking by the waiting room, he's kind of walking you past a little bit, but you catch out of the corner of your eye a familiar looking gnome sitting in the corner by the name of Jimba. If you recall, Jimba was one of the two little gnomes of the Swift Sparrow. Jimba was the one that basically had his tongue cut out. Okay. Kind of looks. He looks up at you and kind of looks you up and down a little bit, and he has a big smile on his face. And then, to your astonishment, he says, "Corn, my friend, it is so nice to see you again. And as you can tell, I I can now speak. It's been so long. This is so nice, but it is so nice to hear you. I've heard of the stories. I heard you guys went to some deep dark cavern somewhere, and that and well, they said you died, but I see you here. So, and he kind of holds up his hand with his glove on it still. Do you remember what that means, Corn? Okay, give me a history check. So he kind of holds up his hand. It's not a wave. He's just kind of like just holding his hand up, like he's saying, look at my hand. But you have no idea what the hell that means. He's like, so, what brings you here to Mucklestones? I gotta tell Nimba about you that you're here. And, oh yeah, didn't like you and Remora kind of have a thing going there or something like that or whatever? She's here too, you know. The whole gang's here. Like, Silith. Did we meet Silith? I don't know if we did or not. Last we saw you, it was Teagid, and there was, that night guy. What was his name? Yeah, Buckfart and the other guy that, you guys picked up along the way, I think. Anyway, doesn't matter. I guess all those guys are here too, right? Ah, that sucks, man. That really sucks. Well, do you still got their bodies? He kind of looks around the room a little bit, see anybody's listening. Oh, okay. Well, I guess it's too late now, but just remember, he holds his hand up again. I got ways to help you out, if you know what I'm saying. Ah, so you do. Okay, yeah. Well, just saying, we got ways to help you out if you need. Just gotta keep it on the down low. You know what I mean? Kind of looks around the room a little bit, like he's trying to be somewhat discreet, but his voice is obviously carrying a little bit. Like so, I don't want to keep you, but I'll let Nimba and the gang know that you're here. Where you guys staying at? Okay, out of character. I screwed that up earlier. Goodly Goose is the restaurant. The Blossom Pillow is the inn. Oh, Diddy's here. Cool. Okay, so we can come back to him when we're done here with Corn. All right. So you share with him the Blossom Pillow, right? It's like, all right, very well then. Well, I'll round up the gang once I'm done here, and we'll swing by and say hi to everybody. And he kind of stands up and he takes your hand and kind of shakes it vigorously. So good to see you, my man. So good, and good work out there. Sweet, man. All right, you take it easy, bro. And at that, the little gnome that was escorting, kind of standing there tapping his foot, while you guys are having this conversation. Says, you really want me to help you, or you want to have a conversation with your friend here? I Okay, so he'll take you back into one of the offices and pull out a couple of contraptions that you've never seen before, and stick something in one of your arms and suck some blood out, and he'll look yellow. He'll strip you down naked if you agree to that, and kind of give you a full body examination. Puts on a couple gloves. Does not cough. Nope, not that's not. It's not going to be Jimba back there. Okay. So he runs you a full gambit of all kinds of physical and inspection things, and he's taking all kinds of notes and everything. And this goes on for about 15, 20 minutes. And at the end of it, he asks you to get dressed. So, all right. So I'm gonna take all my notes here, and I'm gonna get with my fellow healers here, and we'll see if we can figure out what this could be. It's gonna probably, like I said, require some investigation and try to look into what this might be. But I'll let you know as soon as we find anything. Is that okay? All right. And at that, he'll kind of escort you back up to the front. Says normally we charge for this, but I've heard the good enough thing what you've been doing for everybody, so this one's on the house. So, but they'll ask you the same thing about where you're staying at, and they say they'll contact you as soon as they hear something. Okay. Anything else you want to do while you're at the infirmary? Are you good? Okay. All right. So Diddy, are you here with us? Sweet. Okay. Just all right, all right, Diddy. So we're kind of we're going back a little bit to pick up where we left off with you and Usul. Everyone else kind of went and did their thing for a little bit, so we've got about 2 hours of time to make up before you get caught up with everybody else here. So I'm going to go back with you and Usul as you guys were heading towards the gem cutter's shop. Is that correct? Okay. So let me pull up my store here. Called Grinwater's Gem Cutter. That's the name that comes across the front. A little sign hanging from the little walkway going up to the front door. And I can't remember if you guys have been here before, but there are two dolls sitting on a shelf next to each other by the front door. As you guys come walking up, one starts saying, "Come on in, the girls are in." And the second one says, "If you're lucky, you'll get lucky." So as you guys walk in the front door, you guys will see one small little dwarf, one small gnome. I'll go through the gambit here. One small little female gnome, extremely tall, pink bun of hair, and outrageously long pink eyelashes. She's dressed in some very nice clothes, and she greets you as you come walking in. Says, "Welcome, welcome, Grinwater's Gem Cutters. We're the finest gems in all the land. What can we do for you, you fine gentlemen?" Rubies and pearls and diamonds. Well, you know how to find a girl's best friend here, don't you? Tell you what, I've heard the stories. I've heard the story about you guys. You're part of that group that came from wherever it was, the caverns. Is that right? Well, I've got connections, And she kind of, winks at you a little bit. We hear things, but I'm not spreading gossip or anything. I just hear things. Is all I'm saying. So you're interested in some diamonds, I hear you say, and some rubies. And what else did you say? Well, I gotta say, you said the magic to my ear. I heard the word expensive, and that's right. The diamonds are the most expensive ones here in town. So, but we have a wide collection, I tell you. And she kind of turns around and says, "Excuse me for 1 second, Trina. We got customers. Bring out the big box. I mean, the big box." And at that, you kind of hear some rustling in the back, and you see another gnome walking in. Almost just like they could be sisters, maybe. The features look alike. Has pink hair as well, but this one looks like she's a little more homely. Her hair is all kind of a mess, and she's wearing just regular, looks like work clothes, and so like half her shirt's tucked in, half of it's hanging out, and she comes struggling out, just carrying this big old wooden box. She picks it up and kind of sets it onto the counter there. Says, "There you go, Marvin. Do you need me to stick around? Can I get back to work?" "It's fine, Drita. It's fine. We're just going to help out these fine gentlemen find some diamonds today. So just stay close by in case we need something else." And Drita's kind of like, "Whatever." And she kind of goes back, pulls the curtain back to the back of the store there. And at that, Marvin will kind of turn the box around and she'll open it up, and it's got these lace and satin kind of like pillows inside of it with all kinds of these gems and stuff that are somehow like got little ribbons tied to them, tied to the silk. Because like, we have lots of variety. This is the diamond box here, and you kind of see from left to right is some pretty good sized diamond, all done some little bitty, almost like a little box of little crystals, little bitty small ones. Got the wide range here, Mister. Wide range. So we can probably satisfy any of your needs. Now, how many were you thinking about buying today? And her eyes just get big at that. She's like, oh, the entire box? All right, wait a minute. And she puts her hands on her hips. She says, you're not playing games with me, are you, mister? Huh? Wow, you caught me kind of off guard there, sir. You wouldn't buy the whole box. I mean, I can surely give you probably a package deal for the whole thing. But if you want individual prices, I can do that too. You just tell me what you prefer. Well, we can. She says she can sell them either individually, or she can sell them by weight. It's your choice. And as you're Yeah, so as you're pouring this out, and I would just say something about comparing her to the diamonds in the case. I mean, she is just eating it up. I mean, you can see that she's like sitting up on the counter now, got her legs crossed, and she's kind of like one hand on your arm as you're kind of going through all this stuff. And she's like, and this one here, she's telling like the story about where she got all the gems from, how she got some from the miners, some got traded in, blah blah blah. But she tells, okay, so if you're interested in this one, she kind of points to one, not the biggest one, but the kind of one maybe three quarters, a quarter of the way down from the big one. So this one here says you're so sweet. I'll give you this one for 300 gold pieces. What do you say? And just just so out of character, you look at that diamond, you know it's probably worth at least 500. Are you talking about the unfinished or the uncut, the raw diamonds? And she puts her hand on her hip. She says, "You think we make mistakes? I'll have you know, we are the finest gem cutters in the land here. We do not make mistakes." That makes mistakes? And she kind of holds up her hand. She goes, "You can just stop there, stop there. Listen, we don't deal in the flawed diamonds. Yes, we have some uncut diamonds in the back we're still working on, but if you want some of those flawed stones, you can go across the street to the Cavers Guild. I'm sure they got lots of flawed ones over there, the rejects that we don't accept." The 300 ones you guys have already kind of agreed upon. Or are you talking about a different one? Okay. She's like, well, we've got all kinds of gems. We've got the rubies, we've got the sapphires, we've got the onyx, we've got I forget what the other orange ones were called. All the names that are in the PHB are pretty much here. Pearls, everything. Pearls are a little bit harder to get because they don't come from the mines, so her selection is going to be a lot less. But she does have pearls here as well. Hmm. Hmm. She kind of looks, kind of rolls her eyes a little bit. I've heard a few things. Yes. Hmm. I'm sure they branch out all over the place. I mean, it's no. I mean, most of the town probably knows this already. Half the town's worked there at one point or another. But yeah, it's quite elaborate. There's some parts of it that they have gone cold or they don't mess with anymore. Other parts that are kind of barricaded off for whatever reason, probably because they have expensive stuff there and doesn't let stuff, go missing. And she puts it in air quotes. But uh, but yeah, I've heard. Oh, honey, let me tell you, there is so much weird shit going on down there with all these tinkerers in town. Yes, there's all kinds of contraptions they haul up and down the ventilator all day long. I gotta tell you, sometimes it gets quite a racket and it gets kind of annoying, but gotta make that money. Getting close underneath. What do you mean by that? Oh no, no, they don't. They haven't drilled under the city itself in years. It goes outwards along the outliers of the city itself, more underneath like the forest and the trees and whatnot. I think uh, I think Cudwar actually made it a rule or a law that there was no more drilling allowed underneath the city for obvious reasons. We don't want to be working one day, walking down the street, and oops, there's a sinkhole. That'd just be too bad, right? Oh, yeah, I've heard the rumors. Not sure if it's people missing or just people that can't quite hack it. That's what some of the miners are saying. But yeah, I heard that it's been like what 3 people I think in the last 2 weeks that they claim has gone unaccounted for. It's mostly these transient folk that kind of come in and trying to find a quick buck or trying to find that barred off vein of whatever it is so they can get their riches and then leave. So it's kind of hard to tell if it's really true or not. It's probably just something I don't know. But no, no, no. They have to go be an employee of the Cavers Guild, obviously. They can't just let anybody, Tom, Dick, and Harry, kind of go down there and dig around. You have to actually be employed and go through the whatever they do to make sure they're legit or whatever. Yeah, that was good timing. Just now it said to be right back. Yeah, let's do this. Just give me a list of what all it is you're wanting to buy, and I'll have you do a couple rolls to see how you do negotiation wise with them. Just let me know what all you're hoping to get out of the entirety of this deal. No, no, I meant what are you going to ask as far as different kind of gyms and stuff? What I was referring to. Ah, okay. And she kind of smile at your insinuation that she's going to give away her contact. And she goes, "Now, a lady never tells who her contacts are. You know, I wouldn't be able to keep my contacts if I did that. Don't you understand?" Probably go talk to Photius. He's the guild master with the Cavers Guild over there. Matter of fact, he's probably over there right now. He's somewhat retired, and she puts her fingers up in air quotes. Doesn't really work anymore. He's made his money, and you'll see that you'll see that obviously when you see him. But anyway, he's kind of like runs the Cavers Guild. He'll be able to point you in the right direction to if you're interested in being a day laborer or whatever. Now we'll tell you, you're a big fella, so this is obviously a gnome town. So some of the some of the tunnels down there might be a little tight for you. Yeah, he's back now. All right, so you wanting to try to buy some more gems or diamonds or something? Is that still your intention, Diddy? So you're going to come back for that? Is what you're saying? Okay. Now at that, she kind of looks somewhat disappointed, and she takes the one diamond that you were talking about with the for the 300. She takes it and she kind of holds it up in front of her a little bit, and she kind of breathes her breath on it. You know, kind of like she's kind of cleaned it up a little bit, and she takes it and she kind of rubs it in between her little breasts. I'll keep it warm for you, honey. She stuffs it back in the box, closes the box back up. Says, "Okay, we'll be open for maybe a couple more hours now. Don't keep me waiting, sugar." Now, is that in character or out of character? Okay. Yeah, 10 to 1. His money just somehow miraculously, magically multiplied. Well, she goes, oh, you have the you want this one special one here? She gets you breathes on it and rubs it between her breasts again. All right. Well, let me package it up for you. You want it just raw? How would you like it, son? You want it in a box, huh? A little box? Well, I've got. At that, she kind of winks at you a little bit. Says, I got a special box for you, Mister." And at that, you hear a voice out back, "Mom, stop, Mom! You're embarrassing me. You're embarrassing the store. Just quit. No wonder Dad left you." She goes, "Damn it, Driva, shut up." She put in a cute little white box, big pink bow around it. Kind of set it on the counter and exchange the money, and she'll take the same, the platinums and breathe on them, and she'll kind of just stuff them into inside of her shirt. It says, "Pleasure doing business with you, honey. Now you come back if you want some more of that, okay?" You saying that to her? Or you saying that to him? Saying it to Corn. You mean Diddy? Okay. All right. Ha- Marvin's trying to act like she didn't hear what you said. She's kind of going back to her underneath her, doing something at the counter, and she's kind of like, you can tell she's obviously listening, but she's trying to act like she didn't hear anything. And she sees a small little grin come up on one side of her mouth. All right. So, okay. All right. So you guys left there. Corn went to the infirmary. Then he was heading back to the hotel. Twig is out in the forest somewhere doing tricks with Buttercup. Professor P's taking himself an elderly nap. Who else am I missing that we didn't already? Professor P. What were you doing? Oh, you're taking a nap. That's right. Okay, so I want to go back to Sylvia and Toman first, and then we'll go to Silith. Okay? Alright, so Sylvia and Toman, you guys are still in the Cavers Guild. Again, you've made a little bit more money than you've lost over there, but learning a few things. Toman, is Toman here? No, he's not. Okay. Yeah, Toman has been kind of teaching you the trick of the trade, kind of pointing out different things to look for, not to look for, and basically what to do there. So, what would you like to do, Sylvia? Oh shit, playing one of your inspiration cards. Gotta zoom in on it so I can see it. Damn, look at you guys. I went trying to get your freaking... Man, that's a pretty elaborate... I never noticed that card before until just now. She needs to work in the Jim Cutter shop. Alright, so... When gambling with NBC, the DM rolls an item from a level-appropriate magic item table. NBC offers that item as ante during gambling. Oh, wow. So it's not that you're winning it. You're just gonna offer it up as an ante. Hmm. Okay. Oh, I'm black. All right, hold on a minute. Let me pull up my... Oh, I think I made a table for that. I don't have to look it up in the book anymore. 1 second, please. What says the level appropriate? Oh, shit. Now I got to look it up because my tables in here don't have the pages on it. 146, you said? Oh, that's everything. Yeah. Put it all in evens and odds. You can't split up one magic item as an ante on two different things. So no. Alright, so level appropriate. Alright, so I'm going to have you do a couple rolls for this, Sylvia. Level appropriate. It's going to be that one, a percentile dice. Okay, you're going to do a percentile roll for me. Go and give me a percentile roll. Yep. This is to determine what table I'm going to choose. Okay. Now give me another D100. I'm just trying to figure out how to weave this into the story. How you had this magic item the whole time but never bothered using it. Especially... Oh, did I read it wrong? I thought it was something he had. Oh shit, that's a totally different thing. You got to have something equivalent to gamble against it, Sylvia. Are you willing to give up one of your magic items for this? Okay. You're gonna give up Daisy, huh? All right, so as the bets are made, I'll go ahead and tell you what he lays down here, and you can determine whether or not you got something that comes close to the cost of that. I just got to find the description of it so I can kind of read it off, because he'll explain what it does as he puts it out there. If I can find the damn thing. There it is. All right, you see, you're having this is dice, or is this the card game, Sylvia? Okay. Okay. All right. So going back and forth with this certain individual, you won a couple, he's won a couple. You can see he's just getting more brave with every round of these bets over here. And you win the previous hand. He kind of says, "All right, let's make this serious, shall we?" And he looks at you, looks at Toman, And you see him reach into his backpack, and he pulls out this short little staff. It says he kind of holds it up, and you see it's kind of got like a couple snakes, looks like carved into it, kind of winding around each other up to the top, where they all kind of come together into one little snake head. It says, I'm not sure if you know what this is here. This here they call the Staff of the Adder. So you speak the command word, this little head here becomes basically like a live snake. Come in handy in a tight little spot, and it has quite a little bite to it as well. Now, I've got a pretty good idea what this thing's worth. Now, let's see if you got something that can match it. What do you say? Tell you what, I'm going to make a DM call. I'm going to switch it to something you can actually use. The Staff of the Adder couldn't be used by a sorcerer. Okay. I'm gonna actually up the ante. I'm gonna make it even a rare item. Staff of Swarming Insects is what he sets up there. Now, are you familiar with that one? Can I explain it to you, or does it matter? Okay. Now, that being said, your ante that you've got to kind of match this is going to be going up a little bit. The what book? If it's rare? Okay, so go ahead and give me your argument that you would give to this guy about why this thing is equivalent, and I'll let that play into whether or not he likes it or not. Okay. He's a gnome, so give me a nature check. See if you can really tell. I mean, do you want to like down to the age? You just want to know if he's young, middle age, or old. I, I was gonna say, it looks like he's middle age to you. He kind of crosses his arms a little bit. Says, I've never seen or heard of a boat, and how exactly am I supposed to fit in that little thing? It'll make things invisible. Yeah, out of character. Yeah, if there's something in it, you can say another command word to basically make it invisible. It's it and whatever's inside of it. It's like, well, I gotta tell you, at first I was like, I have no need for a freaking boat. I mean, look around. I mean, a couple of the other gnomes at the table kind of laugh a little bit. It says, there's no rivers or even a small lake or sea nearby. But I will say the options that are out there for something that could hide things, keep them invisible un to those eyes I don't want to be seeing. He kind of looks around at a couple of people at the table. Says, tell you what, it's almost a fair deal. I say almost. Give me a persuasion check, Sylvia. Oh, it's like that's almost a fair deal. But I tell you what, I like the way you gamble. I like the way you look. So you come over here and you plant one on me, and we'll make that an even bet. Okay, give me a dexterity check, Sylvia. Okay, you kind of lick your lips, getting it all wet, looking yourself looking all purty and everything, and you lean in for the kiss him on the cheek. In the last second, he turns his head and he gives you a full on mouth to mouth. You can feel his little gnome tongue kind of darting in and out a little bit. And he kind of that was the spot, Missy. Says we got ourselves a deal, and he slams the staff down the table. Let's do this. All right, so out of character, I have a question for you. Are you are you proficient in gaming kits at all? Yes, he is. Okay. So okay. So I will give you advantage on your roll. You just won't be proficient at it. So basically, it's going to be a straight up uh, wisdom check. Since you're not, I'll go with wisdom since he's been kind of teaching you the lay of the land, everything. Not necessarily intelligent about reading the cards, more about figuring out what makes sense and what kind of hands do what. Okay. And actually, this is going to be a best 2 out of 3. Is what I'm going to do. It's going to be like a draw hand, so to speak. They give you out so many cards. You can place your bet. You can get some new cards and do it 3 times. So 2 out of 3 is what we're talking about here. Okay. All right. So I don't have a character, so I'm just going to roll a d20 with some modifiers in it. All right. Let's do our first roll here. You want to go first or him to go? Yes, wisdom. Check, not a save. Correct. Oh man. Oh. All right. First hand, you draw your cards. You're looking at them, and someone's kind of giving you kind of little motions with his head about that's good, that's bad, and he's giving you a motion like, that's not so good. All right, so good chance you exchange out cards. Exchange one card is how this game will work. So you get rid of your worst card, add another one. Give me another roll here. So the card you get back is actually worse than the one that you gave up. You see the guy, the gnome across the bar, has got a big smile on his face a little bit here. And this last one, Sylvia, you will get with advantage because Toman's now whispering in your ear, kind of giving you advice as to what to do here. Okay? Oh, you are so lucky I gave that to you at an advantage. So you get your final card. You see the gnome. He had a big smile on his face. He gets his last card. His smile goes down a little bit. He looks at you right over the top of his card. All you can see his eyes. And he kind of looks over to his buddy next to him a little bit here. And he kind of slowly lays his hand down on the table. Says, "What you got, Missy?" And the whole crowd's like, "Whoa, look at that!" And some of them are cheering. Some of them are kind of starting to kind of give the guy jokes and kind of nudge him in the side and everything, making fun of him a little bit. But everyone gets a good laugh out of it, except for the gnome. He's sitting there all kind of his head looking down at his navel and his arms are crossed. He's like, "Whatever, whatever." And he looks at his buddy. "Hey, I got a good kiss though, didn't I? You saw that?" And he gets up and kind of leaves the table. So you now have yourself your boat back and your staff of swarming insects. Yeah, if you pull it up on the compendium, you should be able to drag and drop it right onto your character sheet. Really? I thought there was something there about invisible too. Ah, so you were lying to the gnome. That was pretty good. So did you really think it had invisibility, or were you bullshitting for a roll? Because if it had been bullshit, I would have had you roll a deception. But don't worry about it. It's fine. All right. Anything else you want to do in there, Sylvia? Now that you've won your prize here. Someone kind of laughs. Says, that was a good hand. I thought you were a goner there after that second card, but yeah, that was good. That was good. So, so you want to keep on gambling, or you want to call it a night? Yeah, I think I was going to say everyone else kind of either ends their little turn around 6 p.m. at night. If you want, it's up to you. If you want to go further than that. Okay. So before you leave, I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to Silith one more time, then we'll pick back up with you. Okay? Actually, no. Let's do this. I'll leave you on a cliffhanger. So you guys are getting up all your stuff, getting ready to leave, and as you guys are heading out, heading towards the door to head on out there, you see a little gnome kind of come crashing. A little gnome female, got her hair all messed up, half up, kind of tied up in some kind of a little headband or whatever, and she's coming in just screaming, said, "Thorius! Thorius! Why did you do it, my man? He hasn't been home since last night. Now, he's a good man, so I know he's not out philandering with the female folk, but this is enough. I've had enough. You've worked him too much. Where is he?" And you see some of the folks around you kind of having some discussions. "Oh, photo, I didn't see him come in. Blah. Give me a perception, Sylvia." Okay. You hear as she's kind of screaming at the top of her lungs and kind of making her way over towards Photius, the guild master. You hear a couple other people nearby you says, "Oh yeah, that guy. He never. I never saw him last night. He went into the mines and he didn't come out when I did. So we'll leave it like that." All right, Silith, you are still on the get along pub. You were down there with the seesaws. Give me one last Constitution here, Silith, with disadvantage. Yes. Check. Okay. All right. So at this point, your last memory is going up the seesaw, down the seesaw, up the seesaw, and that's all you remember. We'll come back to you. That's your last memory for now. With that Constitution save or check, you're not really sure, but you're pretty sure. You always had a drink in your hand, so. All right, now it's kind of okay. Corn went back to the hotel. The other guys are at the hotel. It's all about the 6 o'clock at night. So this would be popcorn initiative. So whoever wants to say what they're doing next, go ahead and chime in. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go back and look. If it has word for word, just like the on the DMG, then yeah. I can't remember if I made that a special one or not. Let me look it up. Is it still under Magic Loot? And this is the one the lady made for you, correct? Back in Injast? Okay. Okay. Yeah, it tells her how it works. So there were no spells in it since she just made it for you. So it's basically empty. And it kind of describes in the description of how it works. It can store up to 5 mana worth of spells at a time. That's your limit. The rolling 1d6 minus 1 is how many stored spells were already in there. But since she made it for you, there were no spells in it yet. It's empty basically. Does that make sense? Correct. Yeah, you'd use up those spell slots or your mana points, so to speak. But yeah, you can basically store them in that amulet for later keeping if you want. No, I trust you. If you want to just make a note of it somewhere on your character sheet, I'm good with that. Okay, that's fine. All right. Anything else, Sylvia? Okay. Anybody else? Pebblestone woke up from that? Is that what he said? And I missed it? Okay. Anything you'd like to do here at this point? Just talking to yourself, or are you talking to someone in particular? You see it's becoming dark, or just a sliver of sunlight off to the west right now. You see a little bit of a commotion out in the street, just the typical people going in and out. You will see, being this district, you're seeing actually quite a bit more traffic in the street of people coming basically towards the hotels. And you see a lot more human and elf, non-gnome basically, that are kind of going up to each one of the hotels. Looks like they're got backpacks or bags of stuff. Uh, Quite a crowd has kind of gathered, trying to looking for a place to stay. Well, I gotta ask Twig how far out in the forest he went, whether or not even with eye shot of anybody. so um, so let's do this. At count of three, I want Twig. I want you to kind of ping where you're doing this at, and count of three, I also want Professor P to ping the direction you're looking, and we'll see if you actually see anything. Okay? So on the count of three, you guys ready? One, two, three. Both of you guys had black, so I don't know who was who. Someone pointed right at the hotel, someone did out in there. So, what the hell was that? You're looking in the backyard of the hotel? Oh, Twig's in the backyard? Not out in the field? Oh, shit. Alright, so, no. Professor P sees nothing. He looks out over the fence trying to peer through the trees. You don't see anything. Which was sleeping? Alright, anybody else doing anything? Okay, I'll take that as a no. Alright, so I need let's see, Twigs out in the forest. Corn, are you sleeping or what are you doing at the hotel when you make your way back? Okay. Okay. Alright, so Toman and Sylvia. Anything else you're doing? Are you heading up to the inn? Okay, so before that, I think Diddy, you were heading over to the Cavers Guild as well, correct? Did we lose Diddy? D or Usul, were you guys still with each other? Okay. Alright, one last time. Diddy, you there? Okay, I'm assuming he's not there. So here's what happens. So you guys are all either heading back out of the Cavers Guild, heading to the inn, and all of you guys will start hearing some shouts, almost like, I'm not sure what, like alarmed shouts, scared shouts. You're not really sure. Back over towards the direction of the front gates over here, and you guys that are out in the street, be like Sylvia, Toman, and Diddy and Usul. Diddy and Usul, you didn't quite make it to the Cavers Guild yet. You guys notice it as you're making your way down the street towards it, but you do see Sylvia and Toman walking out at the exact same time. But you start seeing several of the city guards kind of running, kind of in this direction towards the front over here, as you guys hear shouts and everything coming from the front gates. Corn and Corn and Professor P, give me a perception to see if you're hearing this while you're in the inn right now. Well, that'd be a big fat no for Corn. And Professor P, perception check, please. Okay, I guess technically Twig is as well, because Twig didn't go out in the forest. So Twig, give me a perception check as well. Silas can't hear shit right now. All right, so Professor P, you kind of hear some shouting and stuff as you're getting ready to lay back down for your next nap. Corn and Twig don't hear anything. And someone is rattling a big box of bolts. That was Chips? Okay. Okay. So the other four, like I said, Usul, Diddy, Tolman, and Sylvia, you all guys all hear and see that no need for a perception check. But back at the end, Professor P is the only one that hears the commotion that's starting to happen outside. That's what I was going to ask. You weren't rooming with him, correct? I forget who was rooming. They were roommates, but again, he's out in the backyard playing with his bear. So you didn't see him when you came back. You looked for him outside, but you never saw him. Okay. All right. What about the rest of you? What are you doing with this new news or commotion happening? No, Corn and Twig don't notice. Yeah, Silith doesn't notice as well. Okay, Sylvia, what are you doing? Usul. Okay. Just for the hell of it, or what do you mean? Okay. Okay. So, you, so you're following the crowd. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. Oh, getting your broom. Okay. All right. So anyone that's following the crowd, go and move your token down to here, please. Right now, it looks like it's nobody. While they're doing that, I want. That's fine. All right, Silith, you need to give me a. How do I want to do this? Yeah, give me another con check at disadvantage. All right, you can barely open up one eye, and the whole room is spinning, and you see like about 3 feet above your face is like a wood panel, but someone is like down by your foot, shaking your foot. It says, "Mr. Selith, Mr. Selith, you there's something going on. I think you need to get up." Uh, uh, you can't see. All you see is the wood. Are you gonna try to give me a dexterity, Selith? Just normal for this one. It should be a disadvantage, but I'll give it to you. Oh, look at you. All right. So you get ready to sit up, and you realize that you're in a very small little bed, like almost like a closet on the side of the thing. And you look down, and Forba is shaking your foot right there. You don't know where the hell you are. You're in some little room, but she's basically shaking you to get up to go see what all the commotion's about. And just so we're clear, the get along is right about here. That's where you are. Huh? Yes. Well, let's come back to you. Right now, I'm just saying you're awake now and you're hearing the commotion. All right, Twig. At this point, the other one else is. That's why I said everyone else is down here. You heard a little bit later, but you start hearing the commotion, and some of the folks within the inn kind of get your attention as well, knowing that you came from Injas and you're supposed to be an adventurer. They kind of get your attention. Same thing with you, Corn. Someone will come knocking on your door frantically to say, "Hey, can you go see what's going on? We may need your help." Blah blah blah, all that stuff. Okay. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to talk about it, and then we'll switch to a different map over here. Where did I put it at? And no one got their long rest yet. Well, not since. I'm talking about when Diddy said he had to ask his God something. I said during your next long rest you'll get that. So I just got to scroll past all my other notes that we didn't get to. Okay, as you guys are making your way towards the front gates, you guys will see more and more people kind of running in, streaming in through the front gates that are open. Some people are screaming and yelling kind of frantically a little bit. See, a couple of them have like blood-soaked shirts and scars on their arms and faces, and whatnot. I mean, looks like they are definitely like running for their life, so to speak. You guys will make it out to the front gates, which are still open, by the way, just enough to let people in, and you try to kind of fight your way through the crowd trying to get out. And as you guys get out by the front gate, you guys will see over back towards where you guys first came in. I'm pinging it down here. If you guys see that on the map, where you guys first came in from the teleportation circle, you will see there's a small group of people that are fighting. From this vantage point, Usul's with you guys. So Usul, I'm just going to retcon and say you can definitely recognize what they are. You see a couple Slotty. You can see some Centaurs. And you can see a lot of just commoner folk that are fleeing kind of from this direction up here to the gates of the area here. I'm up towards the gates over here. So at this point, I want everybody to kind of roll initiative, and then I'll bring you guys in based upon how far away you are from everybody. Does that make sense? Roll initiative. And I'll switch to a different map here. You've lost initiative? There shouldn't be fog of war. Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna bring your token in. Oh yeah, I guess you need that to do your initiative, huh? No, that's cool. I'll just make up your initiative. Okay, so Professor P was still back. No, you were awake, right? Help me remember. Okay. All right. So Sewell. Oh shit! I'm grabbing way too many things. One second. I'm trying to grab everybody. So hold on one second. There. Why is it keep freaking like dragging and dropping? Nothing there. You guys seen your tokens drop in there now? TD's 90. Alright, so how I want to do this, those of you that were back a bit, including Silith, Twig, and Corn, just put your tokens over here somewhere. You guys are going to come in the next round, because you guys are behind everybody else. Does that make sense? Okay, everybody else can kind of put your tokens somewhere around this spot right in here. And I'm going to go ahead and rule, since Toman's not here, we're going to just assume he's here, but we're not going to roleplay him. Okay? Alright, so let me go in and add your, because I don't see anybody in the, let me read off this initiative order. Everybody got it in? I see Dr. P 23, Buttercup is 17, and Buttercup is 15. Which one is right? Twig? I see Buttercup with a 17 and a 15. Okay, let me get rid of both of those. I see corn in here twice at a 16. 16, what's your roll, corn? Okay, Usul, you got a 10. Is that right? Sylvia 6. And Didia 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who are we missing? There's just 6 of you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should be 7 of you. Who's missing? Corn, Silith, Usul. Sylvia. I don't see Sylvia in there, did I? Oh, yeah, she's in there. Diddy's in there. Twig's in there. Professor P. I don't see. Oh, he's very top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What am I doing wrong here? There's 7 of you, isn't there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, not counting Toman. I got Corn. He's in there. Silith. I don't see Silith. All right. All right. All right. All right. Hold on. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna delete everything out of there because this is all effed up. So if you liked your roll, I'm sorry. If you didn't like it, there you go. Let's roll it again. Okay. Nope. No rest. Oh, and Silith, just so you're aware, you have exhaustion level 3. You have disadvantage on your attacks and saves. Your speed is halved, and you have disadvantage on your ability checks because you are drunk as fuck. Well, that's cool. If you want to be out of this, that's your prerogative. And all right, so everyone should be in there. We just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, everybody's in there. Sweet. All right, so you guys get in here just to kind of lay the lands here a little bit. This was the entrance right up here. You guys just got in through the entrance. And you guys can see from this vantage point, this is kind of the area where you guys were first teleported in. And from this standpoint, you can see there's some commoners kind of screaming, making their way towards you guys away. You also see there are a couple of these city bouncers, the city guards, so to speak, making their way. But each one of them have some kind of a construct kind of standing next to them, marching next to them as well, making their way towards. You can see a couple centaurs up here in the front. You can see some other type of beasts, which I don't think you guys have even encountered. Yeah, I think Corn probably did early on. But those of you that would know, these are gnolls, basically. And you see 2 large slotty back on the back side of here, along with, looks like some of the elf rangers that first met you guys when you first teleported in, that are basically in combat with these intruders here, so to speak. You also see those few dead bodies laying kind of close to where this portal's going. The portal itself is right here, and it's still kind of glowing at this point. And you guys will also see there's one temple cleric here from Injast that is got some spirit guardians active around him, kind of flitting around and attacking anything that comes close to him. But this one temple cleric actually has a hammer in her hand, and she's pounding away on some of these stones right here, screaming something. But from this standpoint, you can't hear anything. All right, so top of the order, Dr. P. What are you doing here? Oh yeah, you got Baymax with you, I'm assuming, right? Yeah. All right, there you go. There's he. And I'm assuming, Twig, you've also got Buttercup with you, right? Oh, okay. Never mind then. And Toman's not here, so let's worry about Rufus. And Sylvia, you got Daisy in your pocket. Uh, if you're going to stop to get your horse, then you're going to be around behind everybody else. Okay. Okay. All right, Dr. P, you're up. Okay. You should have control over him, don't you? Yep. Yep. Okay. You use that on yourself, or what are you doing? I'm sorry, you broke up at the last part. What'd you say? Did we lose you, or did you guys lose me? Damn! Look at you. Okay. All right, Sylvia. Yeah, you can see this temple cleric right here is kind of beating on one of these stones right now and screaming something, but you're too far away to kind of make out what he's screaming. They're running towards you. That's all you can make out from this standpoint. Alrighty. Alrighty. Okay, Diddy, you'll come in the next round. I guess technically you can do something right towards the castle. Oh, the keep. Okay. All right, so we'll do Theater of the Mind with your character unless something comes up and I need to pull up a battle map. Okay? All right. So that'll probably be next round by the time, you're going to get on your horse and then take your horse to the keep? Okay, so if you're not going to get your horse first, then you can reach the keep in this round. Right, so you can make your way up there, and just like everyone else, you can see there's a couple guards that are still standing there at the temple itself. A couple more either scrambling to approach the keep or go out towards this commotion out here. Anything you're wanting to say or do? Get you inside. Okay, let's. And one of them kind of grabs you and starts bringing you inside and says, "Yeah, you wanting the druid? I'm assuming, right?" Okay. If you say, are you saying that to him, or are you just saying that kind of out of character? That The portal's at the slot you're using? You're at this point. There's nothing in game where you have gained that knowledge, so I'd say you don't really know. Okay. Okay. All right. So in this round, I'm gonna rule you can make it to the gate and notify one of the guard what your intentions are, and then we'll take it from there next turn. You okay with that? All right. So. Okay. So I'll let you know if or when you see him. All right. All right. Good guys are up. All right. This may take me a few rounds. What I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna kind of do some of this stuff offline. I'm not gonna roll it on here, just so I can do this a little bit faster, since we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, quite a few of them. All right. So first thing first, you guys will see first these little elf guys that are kind of backing up as they're continuing to kind of shoot arrows at all these individuals here. Holy shit, Brian. You see they're backing up. They're finding their marks as they're all shooting. I think that's all of them. But you see several of them take shots with arrows. 2 or 3 kind of landed this big blue guy. Seeing one of them hit this null over here. This one gets pelted with one. This guy ducks at the last second and misses one. So let me go do their damage real quick. Sorry guys, I know this is anti-climactic to sit here and wait for me to click, 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 click stuff. Okay, those guys. The Temple Cleric. He's going to continue screaming. At this point, I want Sylvia. Where's everybody else at? Sylvia, Dr. P, Usul. Give me a perception check. Yeah, I don't know why I even. Damn, guys. And Usul. Wow. How about that? Usul actually had the shittier of the rolls there, but he still heard. So you guys all hear the Temple Cleric at this point kind of screaming, "Destroy the sigils! Destroy the sigils! They're coming in! They know the sigils!" And he keeps pounding away on this this stone here where some of those runes were on this stone right here. That's him. Oh yeah, I got these guys. This guy's going to move forward a little bit. One of these, you see these construct walking up, kind of made out of shields. A little guy's going to walk up next to it, holding a crossbow. This guy's going to move up to here. All these little gnome guys are carrying crossbows as they make their way up here. This little construct here, you see it has like all kinds of axes and swords and blades kind of whirring all around as it's going across the ground, kind of kicking up dirt as it's rolling its way towards the centaurs up here. And each one of those guys are going to fire a crossbow. Wow, and they all miss badly. Goes wide, goes short, hits into the dirt. One of them kind of takes his axe and knocks it out of the way, but all 3 of these little gnome guys miss as they get a little closer over here. And that's it for the good guys. All right, Silith. You got one more round. Okay. Are you making your way towards like on the commotion? Because Ford is trying to like basically hold you up as you walk, and kind of points at you. Yep. So she's helping you kind of make your way. Are you okay to do this? Are you okay? Are you gonna be? Like you kind of go to pat her head and you just whiff. You miss completely. All right, bad guys are up. Okay, so this one I am going to roll since they have some special stuff here. You see this horse kind of run up, centaur run up here and kind of stop at the side of these mechanical beasts. Like he's almost like he's trying to figure out what the hell these things are. And let's see, what can they do? Don't tell me these guys don't have any way of range attacks. They don't? Awesome. Alright, so here's what he's going to do. This guy here is just going to start running right in this direction. And he's going to try to run over the commoners. Which one is that? Here we go. Oh, shit. He runs up there, and you see him kind of just run over top and trample over this guy. And he hits the ground. You see one hoof come up and smash him right in his head, and his head explodes. And that guy's dead. And this guy is going to run up and do the same thing to this little gnome. See, he kind of holds up his shield at the last second, kind of deflects some of it, but you can still see the pike kind of find its mark on his shoulder over there. And he takes a little bit of damage. Other guys, this guy here, get my bearings on what he can do. Oh, fuck it, he's going to run up here almost on all fours, charge over this elf ranger over here. And I'm going to try to tear him a new asshole. Oh, yeah. He takes some damage. The rest of this stuff I'm going to do offline. Just two of them. The same thing. And they both miss. But they do charge up here. They charge up here. This big guy is going to run over here. Let's do one of them. He's going to do one of these. One of these. One of these. All three of those hit. 4, 11, 18. This one is going to leap over this stone, and as he walks into this aura, you see the spirit guardians kind of all going up and start attacking him, slashing him with their knives and everything. But he keeps on fighting through it, and gets up next to his temple cleric, and he's going to try to say hello. And boom. Only one of those hit, but it's a good one. And you can see this cleric was already kind of bloodied. And you can see him kind of take a couple of smashes upside the head, and his helmet is now sitting kind of crooked on him. He's kind of holding up the shield, trying to fend off this guy away. He continues to kind of pound on this runes on this slab of stone here. And that's it for their turn. Corn, were you one round back? You were, weren't you? Anything you want to do as you're running your way up here? I'm going to roll at this point. You're probably right where the gate is. You're just outside the gate at this standpoint, or just right outside of it. You're with one round and getting here. So yeah, from this vantage point, you can see the centaurs are attacking something, and you can probably see over the top of the fence, like the heads of these the slotties over here, because they're pretty tall. Okay, so we'll pick up a unit. Sweet. All right, Twig. Okay. All right. Usul. All right, you whispered that to me. What is this? Oh, blight on him. You gotta reach up and touch him, isn't it? A touch, or is that ranged? Oh, 30 feet. Okay, are you within 30 feet? Okay, so that's a Constitution save. DC 12? That can't be right. It's gotta be higher than that, right? Yeah. What's your spell save DC? It can't be 12. 17. Alright. He beats that, so he takes, is it half damage or no damage if he beats it? Okay, so he takes 10 points on the necrotic. You reach out, you see this black mass of something kind of erupt from Usul's hand and kind of wrap all around this centaur. You see it kind of take its axe and kind of swing away some of it, but some of it kind of seeps in through his nostrils. You can see him kind of turn black a little bit in his face. He takes some damage here. Anything else, Usul? Okay. 1 second. I got to do something to remind myself. Hold on 1 second. All right. Top of the order. 1 second. I got to add someone else in here before Dr. P. All right, Dr. P, you're up. Okay, no worries. Yeah, I can hear you. That's one of the gnome guards. The gnolls are way down here, engaged with the elves. Yeah, this is not a gnoll. That's a centaur. They ran up and kind of trampled one of these commoners here. Okay, let's see it. Okay. You using the token action, or you doing it on a sheet? Did you click your token first? Yeah, this could have been part of that update they did last week because I had some issues with some of my spells. Can you do it from your character sheet since you can't do it on the token action? Uh, oh, you know what it is? You changed your name to Professor, didn't you? So if you change your name back to Doctor, then at least your token action should work from moving forward. Unless you, I don't know how you set it up. Did you say specifically, did you call it the name or did you say selected token? Regardless, let's just do it from your character sheet for right now. We'll try to figure it out later time if that's okay. Okay, so it misses. Hey, Diddy, I need you to put your microphone on mute, buddy. Thank you. Oh, or not. Hey, Diddy. Oh, let me go. Let me go into Discord, guys. See if I can put him on mute. Hold on a second. Diddy, are you back? Okay. When you walk away like that, put your mic on mute if you don't mind, please. Okay. All right. So that first one was -5, right, Professor P? All right. Okay. So that misses badly. Kind of goes right by him. Yep, that one hits. Finds it, kind of takes his battle axe and kind of smashes the one arrow out of the way easily enough. And as his arm's up, outstretched from hitting that one arrow, you sink another one right into almost his armpit. The arrow goes in deep. Kind of. He's got 3 shots. No shit. Alrighty then. So that's 13 misses. Okay. You can't click on your tokens? Did you switch to a different layer or something? I don't think it's even an option as a player, is it? Try, well, when we go into someone else's screen, try reload and roll 20, see if that helps, okay? Okay. Alright, Sylvia. Okay. Let's see it. Acid damage. Okay. What's the DC? Oh, that's a to hit, right? 17 to hit, right? Okay. Yeah, that hits. And you see him kind of hold up one hand almost like he catches the acid in his hand. You see it kind of melt away at some of his hands a little bit, but then he turns at you and just kind of growls. You can see kind of some, I don't know if it's poison or saliva or something kind of dripping from its mouth as he growls at you. I mean, it took some damage in his hand, but not that much from what you can tell. Anything else? Okay, Diddy. 15 to hit. Okay. As he kind of rolls up there, you see the horse kind of come up with one hoof and kind of like almost like stop him and knock him back a little bit, but none of the spikes seem to find their mark on the centaur. All right, Diddy. As you make your way down the stairs, you'll see that Jodell is standing right there at the bottom of the stairs with somewhat of a defensive stance up there, holding his hands up. Says, Diddy, what's going on out there? I understand that they're under attack. We're holding down the fort here. Hopefully nothing can get this far, and the defenses will hold. Just let me know if I need to go up there. So a quick conversation goes back and forth with you guys. All right. Every round is 6 seconds. So that was a long conversation for 6 seconds. So I'll let him answer you in the next round. Okay. 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 Which way are you facing? Are you facing up the stairs, or are you facing kind of towards Jodelle? Okay. All right. That's good. All right. Good guys are up. Here we go again. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 elves, if I remember right. Wow, they suck. Each one of them, as they come closer, you see them kind of put their bows kind of deftly behind their back, around their shoulders, and they pull out their long swords and start kind of swinging at their foes, but they're just missing badly. Looks like they're just not really made for close quarters combat. They're better off at kind of pulling back. So with that, shit, they're not going to back up. They'll just take hits, and they'll keep getting got. So that's it for those guys. Who else is good? Oh yeah, the gnomes. All right, this guy kind of looks back behind him at Professor P's little construct that comes around up here. He takes a step back, and he's going to shoot his crossbow and find his mark on this guy. And then you see him kind of command something in Gnomish to this little dude right here. And you see the blades whirring almost like they're digging a hole in the ground, but they're all slashing and burning towards this centaur. And as it's turning through the ground, you see the horse kind of jump back a little bit, almost like the construct gets stuck in the dirt a little bit and doesn't find its mark. And the other two are going to shoot their crossbows, and both of them hit. You just got to take one kind of in the front flank or front kind of shoulder a little bit for a little bit of damage. The second one comes up and kind of hits him almost right in the side of the neck. I mean, you see blood starting to kind of gush out. It was a pretty good hit on this guy for that second hit. But he is still standing pretty good. This guy is going to continue to stand right here next to him. This one here, you see it kind of raise up probably about 8 feet in the air. And you see this contraption of some kind of almost like a longbow mixed with a crossbow bolt, with a kind of a string of these bolts in a big circle. And you see it shoot 2 arrows towards this centaur. Shit. And they both go wide, missing badly. I'm rolling like shit for these guys. Okay, so that's all the good guys. Oh, Temple Cleric. I forgot about him. He's going to pound again on that sigil. You see him as he cracks his hammer into the sigil. You see a big kind of spark flying up and a big flash of light. And he exclaims something, and then he kind of turns and looks towards the slotty here and kind of holds his shield and kind of tries to work his way around the other side of him. Not attacking, but kind of keeping his shield up. Spirit Guardian. Yep, that's right. So at the start of his turn, takes some more damage. The Temple Cleric. Oh, and its turn. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, so I did on his turn. The last turn he did. When he walked into it, I gave it to him. Alright, so... Did he get hit last time from him? No, Temple Cleric, he wasn't attacking. He's just basically slamming his hammer into this stone trying to break that rune up. I'm not going to rule that attack. It's just hitting an inanimate object. No, I don't see why you can't attack while you're doing concentration. It's just like no, just you can't do anything, another concentration spell. Okay. Right. Right. All right. So you guys can see the guys in the front line. He looks like he's trying to make his way back over to this teleportation ring that's still kind of glowing right here. That's it for his turn. All right, Silith. So she's kind of helping you out of the get along and out towards the front gates, I guess. Is that correct? Is that where you're headed? Okay. And you have half speed, right? So it's probably going to be about another 3 rounds before you get out here to these guys. So have fun with that. Unless you can cast something that helps exhaustion. Right now it's 4 rounds away. I don't know what the distance is. I'm just saying it's about 4 rounds away right now. At half speed, that'd be 60 feet. Okay. That's anything else, Sylith? No, I didn't see it. Okay, so that's an attack. It's not a save. It's not an ability check. All right, so yeah, you can do that. Kind of push Ford off and see his little door open up next to you. And you kind of fall through it. Hey, give me a D100, Sylith. Okay, so with that, you're fairly close. You didn't quite get right there, but you're about 5 feet away. I just moved you where you actually came in. Ah, I'm with you. Yeah. No, I'm not gonna make you do that. Give me a dexterity check with disadvantage or acrobatics. No, you're prone. You guys watch. You see this little blue light kind of show up in the sky, and you see still it's kind of drop and fall right on his face. Give me a Constitution check at disadvantage, Silith. As soon as you hit the ground, and you feel your stomach churning, just blah. You just puke all over the ground right there next to you. Yeah. Alright. Bad guys are up. Alright, let's start with this guy. And he's pissed off. He's going to take 2 opportunity attacks, and he's going to run right by these guys towards Dr. P. So go give me an opportunity attack for your construct there, Dr. P. Oh, damn, that's nice. He runs by, you see anything kind of ram into the side of him like the centaur doesn't even care, and it rips a big gouge in his back hindquarters. But he still runs up towards Dr. P. He's going to try to say hello. You take 24 points of bludgeoning damage. I'm assuming a 24 hits you, right, Dr. P? And then I need you to make me a strength save. And you get knocked prone. This guy runs right over the top of you. That's him. The next one is going to do the exact same thing. He's making a straight beeline right across both these gnomes. So the guardian doesn't get an attack, but the 2 gnomes got to do a save. Well, assuming I hit. I'm assuming I'm going to hit these guys. Let me roll for them real quick. Oh, look at that. So, one more. So he runs by the first one. The gnome kind of jumps out of the way, but the second one, oh shit, that's a critical. So that's going to be 11. Oh, it already did the critical for me, didn't it? No, it didn't. 11, 8, plus another 10. So it's 19, 29 points of slashing damage. No, it's 11 for the initial, then 5 because, or the additional was because he's charging at someone. So that thing doesn't automatically do the crit in there. So it's minus 29. And his strength save, he rolled a 13, which was not good enough. And he gets knocked prone. So he gets the shit just beat out of him. You see the pike coming up and kind of skewering him right in the chest. And then the centaur moves forward a little bit further, and he kind of drops into the ground with that pike stuck in his chest. Okay, that's all the bad guys? Oh, hell no. Did I roll for the gnolls? I didn't, did I? Okay. Everybody hit except one. Third one didn't hit. So... Kaboom. This guy takes a pretty good shot from... Oh, no, it's the gnolls first. This guy takes a pretty good shot. This guy takes a pretty good shot. Oh, I only had 3 of them. I thought I had 4 gnolls. I only have 3 of them? Okay, alright, so the third one misses badly. Yep. Alright, so this big red guy is now going to take some more damage from the Spirit Guardians. See him continue hack and slash on him, but doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot of damage to him. And he does 3 attacks at that cleric. Holy shit, a 4, a 5, and a 7. So that cleric is holding up his shield and just is kind of deflecting every single shot. Lucky son of a bitch. Yeah, I rolled for it already. Yep. Nah, he's not. A big blue guy is going to now take his 3 attacks to this ranger. And I roll a little bit better. One of them hits. Ooh, that's a pretty good roll. See him kind of sink his teeth down in this guy. As he bites into you, hear the elf kind of screaming. That's all the bad guys. Corn. Damn. That definitely hits. That should be your proficiency plus your... I forget what ability modifier it is. I just had to move him out of the way so I could get to him to give him that initial damage there. Well, here, let me roll. I think 15 is the save? Okay, he rolled a 16 without modifier, so you see him kind of for a second, almost like he gets caught off guard by your slam, and you go right into his ribs a little bit. Kind of holds up his pike in the air like he's getting ready to kind of bring it down on you. Damn! Gotta move him out of the way and make sure I'm clicking on the right one. Yep. Oh, another save, sorry. Okay, this time he fails. So this time you catch him upside the temple. You see him kind of wobbling a little bit like he's holding his spear, and it kind of droops down a little bit. He's barely able to kind of stand, but he is stunned right now. Give him a little... You get 3 attacks normally, right? Okay. Yep. Yeah, holy shit, that hits. Alright. Alright, Twig. Yep, I'm with you. Alright, let's see it. See the horse kind of like pick up one leg, and Buttercup just kind of swipes where his leg used to be. Almost like he sees both you guys coming. He lifts one leg up, and you come swinging with the other leg, and he goes up on his hind legs, and you miss both times. Right? You don't have to whisper your attacks to him if you don't want to, but it's your call. Yeah, but that one misses. Ah, okay. You guys are just missing miserably. This horse kind of hikes up on his hind legs, comes back down, and lifts back up again. You guys keep going for the front of it. He keeps lifting up and missing. So that was impressive, Twig. I'm sure Dr. P was really impressed with that. All right. Anything else, Twig? Okay. Usul. Okay. You have the range for that? Oh, look at you. Yeah. All right. Go and draw yourself a little circle if you want, or you need me to do that for you. Okay. Do you care what color it is? How big is it? Mm-hmm. What level spell is it? All right. So you get your normal damage plus two more dice, then, right? What's well plus the four? Actually, yeah. And the floor was two more rolls. See, it's a one and a three. Right. You just rolled shitty. All right. Yep. All right. DC is 15. You said. Okay. So that's good. Yep. All right. So he fails. He takes all 15 points of damage. You see, he kind of look up at the sky, this radiant beam comes slamming down into him. You see him kind of roar a little bit, and he kind of holds his hands up, flying around like he's trying to get out of it. But he does take some damage. Anything else, Usul? Okay. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I got to retcon a little bit. These guys, Carmen would have kept on screaming and running in this direction. So they were out of the melee whenever they came up there. Okay, that's it for you, Usul. Okay. All right, Dr. P, what you doing here? It's going to be at disadvantage. No. It's half your movement to stand up. Okay. Okay. All at disadvantage. You're within 5 feet. You're within 5 feet. That would be your action to disengage. Then you won't be able to attack. Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot about that. Yes, you're correct, but it takes up one whole action to do that. So to get 3 attacks, your first of your action has to be an attack. So you can disengage as one action, and then you can take your next turn for your normal attack on this turn. No, you're going to lose one whole action, which when you disengage. Then your haste gives you another action, right? Which is going to be your full gambit of normal attacks, not a bonus action, but normal attacks. Correct? Okay. Okay, let's see it. How far back are you backing up? As much as your full movement. If adrenaline gives you a full haste, then you basically got 30 plus half of your last movement. Because disengage to stand up took half of your movement. So let me rewind here. So if your normal speed is 25, when you're hasted, you have 50. Okay? So half of your normal speed, I'll just say it's 15 to stand up, and then you have another 30 left to move. Okay, that one misses. There you go. First one goes wide, almost like it hits Twig sitting on top of Buttercup, but the second one finds a mark, sinks right into the middle of his chest, and you hear him roar back a little bit. His blood's kind of pouring out of his chest, but he is still standing. Okay. Sylvia. Okay. You should be able to. Thank you, Jason. That's good enough. I'm cool with that. Yeah, hold that out there for me. You can use that for reference if you want. That's okay. I can play with it. I know what your intent is. Now he's trying to get that third one. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and rule this. You'll get two of them for sure. The third one will get advantage on whatever kind of save or he's got to do to get out of it. So you pick the two that you definitely want to hit. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Again, I'm just trying to speed things up. That's why I made that rule on the fly. It's so it's to hit, not a save. Okay. So intelligent save. Okay. All right. Let me do my intelligence saves for both these guys. These are the two you're definitely in it. And then the third one was which guy? Oh, the Knowles. Oh, sorry, that was a GM roll. He rolled a 4 for the Knoll. Alright, so what was the DC? Oh, yeah, they get advantage. Sorry, gotta do it one more time. Wow, that was awesome for the first roll, much better. Alright, so one gets a glancing blow, the other one fails. Alright, so 8d6, that was that damage, was, what was it? Yeah, let's go back up. It's 22. Alright, so this guy takes half damage. The blue guy does. Red guy takes full damage. Hmm? Yep. And then this guy takes full. The Knoll takes full. He's still standing. In addition to that, oh, he rolled really well. But you see the Temple Cleric takes some of it as well. Takes half damage, which is 11. So he's like got his shield up, kind of deflecting from this slot up here, and you blast him with what kind of damage is this? Psychic damage. You see him kind of get all rattled, and you see him kind of cringes in his face, and he takes a pretty good shot to his psychic there. But he is still standing. Anything else, Sylvia? No worries. Okay, just remind me what else they got to do on the other saves when they failed. Okay. 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 Let's see it. There you go. All right, Diddy. So at this point, again, you still hear some commotion outside, some shouts being heard back and forth. Jodell is kind of shouting back down the hallway to Cudwar to make sure things are safe. Keep an eye out on the floors. And what are you doing here? Okay. So just a regular. This is not a divine sense or anything. It's just whether you feel any kind of tremors on the ground. Correct? Okay. I think I asked you before whether or not there's anything that impedes this, whether it's just within line of sight, or if you can actually penetrate this into like the earth. Does it say anything to that regard in the spell description or the ability description? Okay. Okay, give me a perception check then, please. Okay. Place your hand to the ground and don't quite feel any tremors. So, okay, just look it up. Just look it up for me and just verify if it says anything about being line of sight or if it actually goes through objects. Okay, while you're doing that, I'm going to go on to the next guy. You okay with that? All right, good guys. All right, so these guys are all going to flee as fast as their little legs can take them. They'll make it out past the gate. Other good guys, 1, 2, 3, 4 elves. See if they can actually do something. Holy shit. Rolling like shit. We double check their AC. Nope, they all miss again. But they get 2 attacks, which I forgot last time. Man, I am rolling like total shit for these guys. One of them gets a hit. This guy here gets hit. Whoop-de freaking do. And these guys are protectors of the town, can't you tell? Okay, it's those guys, little gnome dudes. This guy's going to stand up since he got trampled pretty hard. And he's going to drop his crossbow. And he's going to try to whack him with the mace. And he rolls a freaking natural 1. Wow, guys. It's all on you. Let's see, this next guy here. He's within melee, so he's going to do the same thing. Whack him with his mace. Hey! Finds a spot. Takes a good shot. This guy's going to walk up next to his gnome. Can't attack. This big guy, or construct, is going to move. Whoops, got to move him out of the way. So he can move this guy back. He'll get an opportunity attack. And get hit for... Wow. Kablam! And then he'll take a shot as he backs up. And miss badly. Miss badly. Wow. I'm sorry, guys. I hope you believe me. I'm not rolling these in screen just so I can speed it up a little bit, but they are rolling like shit. This guy. Shit, who's he going to shoot at? He may shoot the bear. He'll move over this direction and shoot at this guy. And a freaking 4. This guy's not scared, though. What's the distance? These new icons still throw me for a loop. Which one is the measuring tool? Ugh. Can't quite get there. But he's gonna probably get to the other guy. Yeah, he's gonna do that. Gonna rumble around here, up at this guy. Runs right over the top of the dead body. You see a couple of the blades kind of sticking to the commoner as it goes over the top of him. And he's going to try to hit that centaur. Finally, somebody can actually roll shit. Takes 1 smack at this guy. Ooh, this guy's barely standing. Takes a really good hit. Takes a big chunk of his leg out. See, the centaur's kind of struggling to stay upright at this point. He's looking really bad, guys. Okay, is that all the good guys? That guy did. He went. That guy's a guardian. Oh, the temple cleric. So he's looking really, really haggard here. He's almost like down on one knee as he turns, keeps his shield up on one side. The other side of him is taking his hammer and kind of swinging back behind him at these sigils over here. He says, "Sigils! We must destroy the sigils. Natural 1 and a freaking 2. He cracks it a couple times with his hammer, but sees nothing. Okay. Silith? Okay. Disadvantage on attacks and saves. Ironically, no. I've never really even had to deal with exhaustion on a caster before, but isn't. You can cast that on 2 people. Okay. All right. So what's the save on this? Okay. I'll do these out in the open for you guys. They get it with advantage. Wow. Okay. So this one, like groveling, you see them kind of go down to their knees, almost like they're like begging for mercy at this point. What kind of token do I give? Oh, when you grovel? I thought you gave them the command to grovel. Oh, sorry. Ah, I'm with you. Okay, then I'll just do this. All right, 1 second, guys. I'm reading Diddy's Divine Sense. That is not behind total cover, Diddy. So I'm gonna rule that. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna rule that you can't use Divine Sense through the earth. Okay. All right, so that's it for your turn. All right, bad guys are up. So this guy to the end of their turn, end of your turn. Okay. Yay for you. But this guy is now surrounded, trying to do eeny, meeny, miny, mo as to who to freaking attack. Oops, sorry, Corn, didn't mean to move you. So why not? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. This poor little gnome right here is going to get a little donkey kick to the head, maybe. Nope, he misses. He gets one more hoof attack. God, this guy sucks. He missed both times, but they're trying to kick this guy twice and misses. This guy, however, has a big, soft, fluffy bear and a little gnome right next to him. How many attacks did they get? I gotta double check. I think it's 2 or 3. 2 attacks. Well, since you're right there, he's going to take a bonus action. You see him start foaming at the mouth. And then he's going to whack Twig. I'm assuming that hits, correct? Okay, so it's 11 plus 2 more points of rage damage out of character, because he is now raging. And then kablamo, a second one at Twig. So 14 hit? Okay, so that one misses. Okay, that's it for his turn. What other bad guys do I have? Oh yeah, all the gnolls. 1, 2, 3 of them. 15, 12. Alright, so the second one was this one right here hits. Finds his mark. And the other 2 miss. Is that all my bad guys? Gets all my bad guys. All right, Corn, you're up, buddy. Yep, barely. That first one misses badly. Oh shit, was he stunned that last round? Oh shit, then this guy shouldn't have. Oh, he missed him anyway. Okay, but there should have been like advantage on attacks then, correct? Oh, well, he's about to ready to die, so go ahead and take the killing blow with your 19 there. Actually, that first one would have hit if he'd still been stunned, right? Yeah, that first one would have taken him out. He drops. Barely standing. You kind of clip him up upside the chin. He kind of rolls around a little bit and then falls. Actually, let's see here. The gnome's able to kind of jump out of the way before he falls on the ground. Just feels like it sometimes, right? Okay. That 19, I'll go and allow that for 9 points. Finds his mark, kind of catch him off guard as he's swinging over at Twig. Catch him right behind him, hit him right in the, almost in the spine, right above his tail. Okay. Yeah, it's a regular attack, right? Okay. All right. So go ahead and describe how you just took out two of them on one turn, Corn. Nice. Drops the great sword. Twig's standing on top of Buttercup, still kind of bloody, but you got two dead centaurs at your feet. Anything else, Corn? All right, Twig, you're up. Holy shit, he can go that fast? That far? Ah, okay. Okay. That's it for your turn then? Okay. Usul, what's it gonna be? Okay, that's automatic fail, right? Since he's, well, and he's groveling. I guess he can still make a save, right? Right. All right, so he rolled a 12, so I'm assuming that fails. And what was the damage on it? I forget. 15. All right, so he's, yeah, you don't see any change. That's his true form. Okay. Okay, he has advantage since he's prone. So disadvantage on your shot, so give me one more. Okay. And that one misses. You keep kind of rolling around the ground, groveling a bit, so it kind of threw you off a little bit. You shoot, and it goes right over top of his head as he kind of drops his head at the last second. Anything else, Usul? Okay. Oop, not two of them. Alright, Usul, there's no need for a roll on this. You guys watch as this teleportation circle kind of pulses a couple times. And you guys watch as... Oh, gotta switch layers. Hold on a second. Two more Slotty and a Centaur come walking out from this teleportation circle. You guys see them all? Circle thing where your spell was. Of Sylvia's? Now, like Sylvia's was instantaneous. It doesn't stick around, correct? Okay. Alright, so they appear. It's not their turn yet, but they do appear during that round. Also, let's see, Usul. Yeah, Usul, Silith, and Sylvia. Give me perception checks at disadvantage. Sylvia, let me see yours. Perception at disadvantage. Okay. And of course, Usul is the only one that sees it. Usul, you see a raven shoot out from this tree right here and kind of land right on top of this this headstone right here. Just seems kind of odd because all the other animals and birds kind of flew away during this commotion. We see one single bird kind of flying up in this direction. Okay, so that's it for your turn. Let me make myself a little mark for that. Right there. All right, Dr. P, your turn. Okay, let's see it. First one definitely hits. Oh, wait a minute. He's at the slotty at this one. Okay, that's at disadvantage because he's prone. So, yep. So the second one is a 15. That's what I'll count for that one at disadvantage. So it's a glancing blow. He takes half that damage. Okay, what else you want to do? Okay, let's see it. And that one misses as well. I do need to have those three that showed up. It's on their turn. Remind me, Silith or someone, when it comes to their turn, they need to make saves because this Temple Cleric. Oh, he took damage. He's got to do a con save. Ooh, never mind. He dropped his Spirit Guardians. Okay. Alright, so who's up next? Sylvia. Sylvia, are you able to delete those little circles you created? Because I can't for some reason. All right, thank you. Need your action, Sylvia. Okay, give me a wisdom check, Sylvia. Okay, never mind. Go ahead. Doing a fireball. That's a 20-foot radius as well. And you're trying to where you set just point click or do a little mark where you're centering it at. No, I want you to make a mark where you're centering it at. No, like yeah, with the pin or the marking tool. That's where you're centering it. Okay. It's a 20-foot radius, right? Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to see how. Oh, you got so close to that guy. That's what I had you do the wisdom check for to see how close you were getting. Oh man, look at that. Okay. All right. So you got this guy plus the guy he's fighting. You both obviously got the two slotty right here. You got the centaur, and I go back and double check. Did you get the other knoll? I think you did. Yeah, you got the other knoll. Oh, just barely outside the range. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 saves. All right. Dexterity. It's not 12, right? What's your save? All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 1 up here. Click back to my clicker. This guy's say, oh, he gets disadvantage because he's prone, right? So let me roll that again. Yeah, you get disadvantage on your checks when you're on your dexterity checks when you're prone. So he fails. This guy's gonna be number 2. It's both these guys are doing prone, right? They both failed, correct? Because that's why they're prone. Oh shit. -6. Okay, so that guy's at disadvantage. No, he's not. That guy just he failed. He failed. He failed. He failed. And I'm giving this guy advantage since he was right on the edge. And he failed. So they all take 24 points of fire damage. The big fireball explodes. I still got to do it for that elf over here. This guy explodes into a 24. This guy takes it -24. This guy takes -24. Guy takes -24. And the elf. He fails. Friendly fire. Literally. Alright, Sylvia, a big blast of flame goes shooting across there. This tree is now on fire. What else would you like to do? Okay. Dittmeyer. Our last turn, you were feeling the ground, see if you could sense anything, and I think I shared with you that you didn't feel anything, and your divine sense doesn't reach down there. Jodell's still standing there. You hear no more commotion. You hear some shouting and stuff from back behind you. Can't quite. Give me a perception. See if you can hear what it is. Okay. You can kind of hear some of the gnome voices. It's in Gnomish. Can you speak Gnomish? Okay. So you hear some shouting. It's in gnomes, but you don't really know what they're saying. Back down the hallway further towards where the room was that you went down into. No, hold on, no. You're not in the room with them. You're still in the hallway, is what I understood, just past Jodell, right? Okay, so you're instructing Jodell to head back down to the room, move his spot. Give me a persuasion with advantage, since you've been talking to him for a while. Okay, he kind of looks at you, looks up the stairs. Says, "You're right. Let's go." And you guys head back down towards the hallway, towards the room. Now you can't get there. Right. So I'm gonna rule you can't quite make it to the room on this turn, but you will on your next turn. Okay. Anything else, Diddy? Okay. All right. Good guys are up. So let's go ahead and let me do this. Get rid of that. All right. So first things first. Let me switch my layers here. I'm sure you guys like it when I say that, right? Let's switch the layers. Uh, who noticed the Raven? Was it Usul? Okay. So if you're still watching, I'm assuming I got your attention. You'll see that the Raven kind of quickly transforms and morphs into this humanoid standing there with a bow drawn, ready to shoot. And he does let loose of 2 arrows at this guy right here. Oops, if I go back to my clicker. And he definitely hits on his first one. Oh, what the hell did I do to his health? I said minus 154. he is beyond undead. I don't know what I did. He took damage a while ago, right? I was like minus 14. Is that right? Okay. All right. So I don't know what the hell I did to his health, but let me fix this real quick. You did do so good. All right. So this guy hits him with his bow. That amount. And he fires this. Oh, I forgot about this guy. So you watch as he shoots that one, and you watch him kind of blip out of existence, and then he appears standing on top of this gravestone over here and shoots a second arrow down here at this guy. And that one hits as well. 9 points of damage. And you see him blip out and then blip back again on this stone over here. And he fires an arrow at this knoll over here, screaming something in Elvish. So Usul and Sylvia, you guys both speak Elvish. He's screaming for Leth, as he fires each shot. And that one hits as well. Okay, so that's that good guy. I got the elf guys. 1, 2. Wow, they're still alive. I can't believe it. But they're all gonna. Hey, they can hit shit now. At least 2 of them can. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, that guy gets advantage. Okay, he still hits. So this guy gets hit. Whopping that damage. This guy hits. Oh, that guy doesn't hit anything. He picks his bow back up and he shoots at this one. And he hits. For not much damage. And this one missed. And of course this one missed. What are the good guys? Oh yeah, this guy. Okay, I gotta pull up his character sheet because he's about to freaking die. Hold please. He holds up his shield. That temple cleric right in the center. And then he casts this upon himself. And of course I whispered it to myself. So you guys watch as he raises his shield up, kind of starts muttering something, some kind of a prayer. And you see this white light shoot from the sky down on top of him. And some of his heals miraculously start kind of healing up. He got healed for 20 points. Why is that? Oh, okay. Alright, so I have any good guys? Oh yeah, I got the gnomes up here. 1, 2, 3 gnomes. All those centaurs are dead. So they're going to move forward. The guardian is going to move forward. That guy out of the way. Oh, I moved him right here, so he's a little bit far behind. And this demolisher is going to move forward. That guy's going to move forward. I think that's all the good guys. Alright, Silith, you're up next. Okay. Okay. Very nice. You can see the cleric kind of look at you somewhat surprised, seeing a dragonborn cast something like that on top of him, and he can feel the surge through him, and he kind of gives you a knowing nod. Exactly. This one right here that's kind of flashing at the guy I just walked through. Give me Arcana. Okay. All you know is it's a teleportation ring. That's all you know. Spell magic. So, I'm just trying to remember. Teleportation circle doesn't really have a level. It's a permanent thing. So, tell you what. I have no idea how to rule this. I'm gonna do a percentile. Give me a actually just even or odd. If you get it right, it's dispelled. If you don't, it's still there. So call it. What are you gonna call it? Even or odd? Okay, I'm rolling. Hey, you got it right. And you watch as the ring kind of fades and blips out of existence. All right, so who drew that circle? You should be able to just kind of. Don't worry about it. We know it's not there. Oh shit! Why did you? Can you bring yourself back in? Need me to do it? There you go. I don't. That approximately where you were. I don't know where you were. Okay. And Silas boop dispels himself. Anything else, Silas? Okay. Okay, I'll add him back in there. Okay, Sanctuary, and we'll give him a little Token. What was your number? Do you remember? Okay. All right, there you go. All right, so that's your turn. Okay, bad guys are up. Okay, let's start off. Yeah, right here. This guy is going to stand up, and he's going to get the F away from this moonbeam thing here. Is that the start of his turn, end of his turn? Okay, so he still has to do a save again, right? That disadvantage because why? Wait, they get a save on that every round too, though, don't they? Sylvia? Sylvia, you there? Right, but no, we're down further down to say they get a save at the end of every round. Wow, that's a pretty badass spell then. All right. Okay, so it's 1d6 psychic damage. Do that first, because he obviously fails that. Minus 4. Holy shit. Okay, so it's minus 4. Alright, so let me do this. Can you guys see that? What I just put on his token? Should be a little 4. Should be a little number 4 on it. It's minus 4 and all his whatever. But now he has a save for that moonbeam. Minus 4. Yep, so it's minus, he got a 10, so he failed. And what was the damage on it? 15, holy shit. This guy's getting beat up all to hell. You can see him, he's like crawling his way around this elf. And he's going to make one last ditch effort to see if he can kill somebody before he disappears. So, they're all going after this poor little elf. Which one of these? Yeah, screw it. Just do the old usual. So a 10, a 21, and a 15. Which means that only the second one hit for 8 slashing damage. And you see it's kind of like crawling almost on all fours, kind of like a gorilla or a dog or something. It's really, really hurt. Alright, so next one will be this guy. He's going to take his bearings, look all around, and leap over this thing. And he's going to try to hit the cleric, which means a wisdom save, right? Or wisdom check to see if he attacks. He rolled an 18. So it means he can attack at will. So 1, 2, 3. So 11 misses, 18, what's his AC? 18 hits, and the 10 misses. So 7 points. Okay, the red one, gonna take a look around and sees what his other friend's doing. Hop on top of this stone and follow suit. He's got to do the same thing, right? It doesn't drop as soon as someone succeeds. Is that correct, Silith? The sanctuary doesn't drop as soon as someone passes it, right? Okay. Okay. All right. So this guy's gonna have to make a wisdom save, and he fails, so he cannot attack him. Okay. He's gonna just go on past him, stay on the other side of him. And that's his turn. Centaur's gonna look around. Which one does he want to attack? And he's going to charge this direction. he's going to lose his sanctuary, and he knows what you just cast on him, so he's not going to do that. Yeah. And he recognizes that spell, being a cleric. So this one is going to do one of these at the elf. 15. Oh, just misses. He kind of sidesteps for a little bit and misses him. And that's his entire action when he charges. What other bad guys do I got? Oh, yeah, the gnolls. I got 1, 2 of them left. Ooh, natural 20. Yeah. These guys are still pretty tough, though. You see him take a good shot with this guy. You know what? I keep forgetting. These guys have 2 attacks, not just 1. But both of them hit. But that guy wasn't quite as badass. This guy takes some damage. And then he misses, and this one hits. Alright, so both of them take shots from the gnolls as they get hit. And is that all my bad guys? I think it is. Hey, Corn. Okay. All right, let's see it. A fist charge? Ah, haven't used that in a while. Oh, and you miss. It kind of sidesteps, smacks your hand out of the way. If you say the command word, now read the description of it to me. I can't remember if it's like you hit first and you can decide whether it does it, or I think you have to basically yell it, and then if you hit, it works. That's my understanding of how it works. Been so long since used it, I can't remember. Yep. Okay. That's a glancing blow. So whatever effects that normally does with it, we got to kind of play with that a little bit. It's like half effect, but it does take some damage from that strike. So read what it does to me again. Yeah, he can only attack you. I remember that part, but I can remember what the rest of it. Okay, I'm cool with that. Yep, I'm cool with that. So for 1 round, he cannot. He basically has to attack you, and all other attacks against it have advantage. Correct? Okay. Well, now was that including you, or is that just others? Yeah. Yep. 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 Did I? Oh, I did, didn't I? All right. So he would have stand back up. Thank you. And he's going to take 3. I'll just do it real quick with my dice. Oh shit! He got a natural 20 on this dude. Okay. Oh, that's right. Okay, here we go. Here, I'll do it out in the open. It's a wisdom, right? And that's the red one. Oh, that sucks. Well, that sucks for him. But he'll turn around here. I'll re-roll for my attack. But he's going to turn around since he can't attack that guy and go for you. Hmm? Does it say he can't move? It said just within range. Yeah, within range. Well, within range to me means he still has his movement. Doesn't mean he has to do a ranged attack. Right? Okay, so you want me to give you the crit? I was going to re-roll for it, but if you want me to give you the crit, I'll give you the crit. You are the new target. So I'm going to re-roll. So he did Sanctuary, he couldn't attack him. He's like, well, fuck, I hate these people. I got this little dragon guy. No, not Defender when tied. It's Glancing Blow now. Yep, half damage. Down. So 6 on that last one. Okay. All right, thank you for that. All right, back to Corn. Corn, did you finish your turn, or were you still getting ready to do something? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Twig. All right, let's see it. Damn. That's a massive hit. Like the slide didn't even notice that one. He's like, what? Did something just like a mosquito? What was that? Second one hits. And of course, Buttercup can't hit shit. She's going hungry. Anything else for Twig? Okay, so Twig and Buttercup right up there, looking all glorious, and Twig kind of swashes twice with his hand axe. Finds one good hit, one that you're not even sure if it hit or not, and then Buttercup just kind of like kind of tries to snap at his toe and misses. Okay, Usul. Okay. So this takes a charge. Let's see if you hit. And the arrow goes wide. All right, so that Moonbeam move, again, that's the start of his turn when he does damage, right? Right, that's if he enters it, not if you enter it into it. So at the start of his turn, he'll take the damage. Well, if it says somewhere in there, you can move it into him. I've just seen other things online where you can't just like take it and make it like be a big bowling ball running through a big crowd where it hits everybody. It's when they enter it or they start their turn or whatever the terminal started in their turn in that spot. Right, when a creature enters it, not when that thing enters the creature space. That makes sense? Okay. Anything else, Usul? Okay. All right, so do this. Okay, Dr. P. Part of your action is to basically throw it together real quick and use it. That's all part of your action. Well, you'll know. Let's say Dr. P would know, and this is I guess a DMG thing. You can't stack haste, so you can't have like another. Oh, right. Yeah. So haste is like you get two actions. So if you want to use the adrenaline dart, shoot at somebody, that's your one action, and then whatever else you want to do in your next action. Okay. Okay. Let's see it. Whichever's higher. That's why I said it like that. Intelligence because you're a tinkerer and you kind of know the how this mechanic works and what's the best way to aim it, all that using science. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Damn. Yep, that's correct. All right, so with what? Okay, what are you gonna try to do it with? Okay. Is it your action to control Baymax? Okay, then yeah, that's both your actions in. You had an action to do the dart. You had an action to basically instruct Baymax. You get you get an extra attack, not an extra action. But in order to get to basically trigger that, you have to do an attack to get an extra attack. Does that make sense? Okay. Oh, can he reach that far? Okay. Yeah, you got to roll to hit. No, just simple AC 10. That's no problem. So he rolls up there, and almost like he gets caught up on this dead commoner here. One of his spikes gets stuck in as he's rolling through there, and just can't quite get up there. He spins a little bit and shoots some blood back towards you. All right, Sylvia. He, yeah, that's what Dr. P. Well, you don't know. You've never seen it happen before, so you don't know that he's hasted. You just saw Dr. P shoot Twig with a dart. Matter of fact, Twig doesn't even know what the hell that is, but he does feel the adrenaline going through him. Again, you don't know that. You just saw Dr. P shoot Twig. Oh, sorry. Hold on. I gotta go back and rewind. Dart has a range of 20 feet. Was he beyond 20 feet? 60 feet is the max range. So that attack is at disadvantage to hit Twig. So give me one more dart attack. Sorry, Sylvia. Ah, you son of a bitch. You still got him. Sorry, Twig. All right, Sylvia, back to you. I'm sorry. All right, Diddy. Thanks, buddy. Okay. Well, I'll let you know probably tomorrow that you died. All right, thanks, Diddy. All right, Sylvie. So you cast that on who? Yeah. Okay. A Sylph is a sanctuary, a concentration spell. Okay, just making sure. All right, so that's it. Right, I'm talking about the sanctuary he casted on the cleric earlier, and he got whacked by the red slot. That's why I was asking. All right, so Diddy is not here. You guys don't know what's going on with him. Good guys are up. Okay, let's start on the left side over this guy. Do second verse, same as the first. I'm going to draw his bow and aim for this dude right here. Screaming the same thing in Elvish. And he gets dropped. Hey guys, I realized we reached the 3.5 hour mark. I'm going to see if we can get through this the next 15 minutes or so. If not, I may go ahead and call it. You guys okay with that? Okay. Otherwise, I can just go through this round right here. We can call it then. You guys let me know. 3, 4, 5, 4. Okay. Let's make it through this round, and then we'll call it quits after that. All right. So you guys watch as he shoots that guy, and then he pops, disappears, and reappears on top of this headstone, and shoots at this centaur here. Damn, he's on a roll. That guy. And then he does it one more time. Disappears and reappears over here. Double check my range. Oh shit, he's got a longbow. I need to check his range. And he's going to shoot at this knoll right here. And he gets hit. Not dropped, but he takes an arrow to the side. Sinks right into his lung, looks like. And that is his turn. Other good guys. Elf. Oh shit, he's got the big guy on him. Hey, he hit something. Takes a whack at this guy. Man, what happened to him? How did he get hurt so bad already? Who else hit him? Oh, he got hit with a fireball? Okay. Hey, elves are rolling good now. Except he rolled 2 damage, and he's still standing. And, wow, look at that. They all can hit now. Guess they got. I rolled another freaking 1. Yay! So they're hitting, just not hitting very hard. Okay, what other good guys? Oh yeah, the gnomes. Can't quite get there. This guy. How far is he? Hope I don't roll bad. This little construct here stands about 8 feet up in the air, and you see the bow and arrow shoot towards this red slotty up here. So I'll do this one out in the open. Alright, He misses, but he doesn't hit anything. Kind of miraculously, he doesn't hit anything. Uh, yeah, exactly. Okay, I think that's. Oh, the Temple Cleric. Forgot about him. He's hasted, so he gets 2 actions. He's surrounded by all these guys here. He still has Sanctuary on him, right? And he knows that. So he's going to turn towards this slab right here and start pounding the shit out of it. Yep, at this stone slab. And you see him strike it once with his hammer. Sparks go flying. It gets 4 attacks. Oh shit, he rolled like shit for both of those. He hit it once. He actually hit it 4 times. Only one of them you saw sparks flying. He keeps screaming the same thing. Get him off me! Get him off me! I think that's it for the good guys. Alright, Silith. Have to make a save, right? And their wisdom is -2. Now that you guys all know that. Alright, one of them made the save. Be the second one. So the one right next to you. From left to right. 1, 2, and 3. So the second one made the save. So this one. Alrighty. Yep. Alright, bad guys are up. First things first. This guy's gonna be right here. He's getting sick of seeing that guy flip around. He's gonna take an opportunity attack and then charge this direction. So first things first, the elf can't hit shit. And he's going to try to trample this mofo. Oh! There we go! So you see him run up there and slam into this guy with his pike. It takes a pretty good shot. I mean, a really good shot there. And he's got to make a save. And he fails, and he gets knocked prone. Okay. Knowles, 1, 2 left. Yay. That's a crit, and that's a hit. Oh, I made these little elf rangers harder than I thought. Still standing, they take a pretty good shot. And this other guy take some damage over here. What are the bad guys? Oh yeah, all these slotty. He's groveling. They can't do anything but sit there and and this guy's in the middle. And okay, I'll do that in the open. Wisdom save to see if he can hit you, Silith. Wow. So you're gonna turn around and try to do the same thing to the cleric? He's so confused. You guys watch as this slide. He's like, he raises a hand up, like he's gonna hit Silith, and he's like, nah. Turns back around, he lifts up his other hand to hit the cleric, and he turns back around and he gets 3 attacks. So he's gonna try to bite Silith if he can get past his wisdom save. He's just spinning around in circles like he's just gone mad. This sucks. Okay, so that's all the bad guys. Alright. Corn. You still there? Yes, you do. Yep. And that misses. Oh, no, it hits. You got advantage. Forgot. Kablam! All 3 of those hit. Gets pummeled, but he is still whole there. You saw my whisper, right, Corn? Okay, I didn't see if you responded or not. Okay. All right, anything else, Corn? Okay, Twig. Okay, that one definitely hits. And that one definitely hits. And that one definitely hits. Okay. Let's see if the bear does better than the... There we go. Ooh, slashing damage. Okay. So you see him kind of slash at it with her claws. It does some damage, but not quite as much. It is stone after all. But do some damage to it. All right. Anything else? Okay. Usul. Nope. Yeah, it's not a save. It's just automatic, right? Or it is save. I always forget. Is it dex save, or what kind of save is it? Because he'll have disadvantage if it's dex, but if it's wisdom save, there's no disadvantage of that for being prone. Oh, okay, yeah. But is it a Wes or dex save? All right, I'm gonna roll to wisdom. And what was the damage? 15? Okay. All right, what else, Sewell? Okay. Good shot. But you didn't do the magic word, right? Oh. Okay. All right, so that's a... You didn't put the description on. What's the... I forget. It's been long since you've done that. Is it a save? Is it an automatic thing? For so many... I think it's an automatic thing, but you have to roll for how many hit points. Does that sound right, Twig, when you had it? The bowl of peaceful slumber. I think I changed that halfway through the thing, so it wasn't like an automatic sleep. I mean, if you hit, it triggered, but you had to roll for the hit points to put him to sleep. Does that sound right? You got it in your character sheet, or is it in the magic stuff, Usul? So it's still on Ticket sheet? No, it's in the magic Lou identified. Yeah, sleep effect of 10d8. Okay, no need to roll. Yeah, it's an if you call it and it hits, then it's automatic, but you have to roll the 10d8 to see whether or not it really does put him to sleep. So, but he had less than that. So he kind of curls up, kind of circles around like a dog does, find a spot, and then lays down there and puts his pipe down. Lays down next to this guy that's sitting prone right now. Anything else, Rasul? All right, so let me change this number up here, and that's where we'll call it for the night. Oh, the green guys are always, that's my shortcut. If I click on them, I've got token actions for them. That way I don't have to keep. No, the green guys are not really there. They're there for me to kind of, I can click on them and use the token actions rather than having 10 character sheets open. And only do that for certain things. I mean, most of tonight I was just rolling dice because I didn't want to have to go through and click on 500 things for 5 different people. That make sense? Yeah, so anytime you see something that's green shaded like that, they're not really there. It's just for me to kind of help expedite my deeming process. Okay? All right, any questions, comments, complaints about tonight's session, guys? Okay, I take that as good news. Yeah. As of right now, I think 2 weeks will be good for me. After that, it's going to be a real crapshoot because we got a big project that's got to be done by the end of the year. So maybe some late Friday night traveling back for me as far as work wise. But as of right now, I think 2 weeks from now will be good, and that may be the last one for the year. Okay. All right. Cool. All right, guys. So good session. Thanks. Appreciate it. Had fun, and we'll be in touch. All right. All right. Good night, guys. Hey, Jason, if you can you hang on just for a second?